Before the $100 million net worth. Before the $8 billion box office. Before the franchise that made him the most reliable action star in Hollywood history, there was a teenage boy on a freezing London street corner hustling fake perfume to strangers. Not on a dare. Not as a joke. Nah, it was the only way he was gonna eat. His name was Jason Statham. And nobody, not his father, not his coaches, not the modeling agency that signed him, could have guessed what he'd become. And here's the thing. Jason Statham's story doesn't follow the neat little Hollywood fairy tale rules. There was no powerful mentor opening magic doors. No scholarship swooping in to save him from poverty. No lucky cosmic break handed down by the universe. What Jason had was this: 12 years of pain chasing a dream that never showed up. A body pushed past the breaking point. A childhood that taught him straight up, nothing in this world is free. And one absolutely terrifying moment at the bottom of the Black Sea, trapped inside a sinking truck 60 feet underwater, alone in pitch-black darkness, where everything he had ever suffered either killed him or saved him. It saved him. This is the story of a man who failed at the one thing he loved most, lost the woman who stood by him the longest, and built an empire from the wreckage of everything that broke him. This is Jason Statham, the diver who became a warrior. Jason Statham was born on July 26, 1967, in Shirebrook, Derbyshire, a small English town where ambition felt like a luxury most families just couldn't afford. His mother, Eileen, was a dancer. His father, Barry, was a man who sold whatever he could get his hands on to whoever would buy it. Jewelry that lost its shine in a week. Perfume that smelled nothing like the label promised. Watches that stopped ticking before the buyer even made it home. There was no safety net. No backup plan. Just the street, the hustle, and the heavy silence of a house where money was always the missing guest. By 14, Jason was standing beside his father on those same corners, working the crowd, reading faces, figuring out who would stop, who would listen, and who needed a quick joke before they cracked open their wallet. "My name is Billy, not silly," he'd grin. That was his opener. His armor. His first performance. He wasn't acting. He was surviving. The humiliation? Yeah, that's stuck. While classmates talked summer holidays, Jason counted coins. While they played, he worked. His hands got rough. His instincts got razor sharp. And underneath the hardness poverty builds in you, something else started forming. A hunger to find one thing in this world that was truly his. He found two. The first was martial arts. After long days on the street, Jason threw himself into training: Chinese kung fu, kickboxing, karate. Precision. Repetition. He welcomed all of it. The dojo was the one place where being broke didn't matter. Only effort counted. The chaos outside? It went dead silent. The second was diving. Almost by accident, at 15, he realized he had something rare: no fear in the air. Natural grace when falling. So he joined the British National Diving Squad. For the first time in his life, he had a real dream. Not a hustle. Not survival. A burning, legit dream nobody could take. For 12 years he gave it everything. Early mornings before the city even woke up. Evenings until his body tapped out. Weekends perfecting rotations off the 10-meter platform, studying the geometry of his body mid-flight. He competed in the 1990 Commonwealth Games in Auckland, representing England with pride that almost swallowed him whole. In 1992, he finished 12th at the World Championships. 12th. So close to greatness. So damn far from it. Twice, 1988 and 1992, he stood at the edge of Olympic qualification. Twice he fell short. The margins were tiny. The wound? Massive. Years later he admitted it, calm and steady: "I still carry that disappointment. It sits in my chest like a stone." 12 years of sacrifice. 12 years of mornings that started in darkness and ended in pure exhaustion. And the Olympic podium never came. The dream died. But the diver didn't. When the Olympic dream collapsed, Jason didn't sit around mourning. He went straight back to work. Back to the street corners. Back to fake jewelry, counterfeit cologne, the art of making worthless things look priceless. It was the only economy he truly understood. And weirdly enough, it was training him for something bigger. Then one day, the phone rang. A modeling agency called Sports Promotions had spotted him training at Crystal Palace National Sports Center. His build was sharp, his movement precise. His face had that hard geometry cameras love. Tommy Hilfiger signed him. Levi's wanted him. In 1997, French Connection made him the face of their brand. His image went up on billboards across London, clean, commercial, polished. But at night, he was still on the corners selling fake goods. By day, luxury brands. By night, black market hustle. I was forced to follow in my father's footsteps, he admitted later. Street theater. You work with a team, some in the crowd, some watching for police. He wasn't embarrassed. He was real about it. And that raw honesty? That's what flipped the script. In 1997, during a French Connection campaign, Jason crossed paths with a young filmmaker named Guy Ritchie. Ritchie was building a low-budget crime comedy, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, about hustlers and con men in East London's underworld. He'd heard about Jason's past. The audition was wild. No script. Ritchie just told him, impersonate a street vendor and convince me to buy fake jewelry. Jason didn't act. He just switched back to who he'd been for 15 years. Cast on the spot as Bacon, sharp, street smart, charming, dangerous. He got paid $5,000. Almost nothing. Absolutely everything. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels became a sleeper hit, grossing over $80 million worldwide. It launched Guy Ritchie, and it introduced Jason Statham to audiences who had never seen anyone like him. He wasn't polished. He wasn't softened. He was the same guy, just with a camera pointed at him. I was born tonight, he whispered through tears at the premiere. He was 31. In Hollywood terms? Practically ancient. But something had finally clicked. The next year, Ritchie cast him again in Snatch alongside Brad Pitt and Benicio del Toro. The film earned over $80 million and locked Jason in as a serious rising force. His paycheck tripled. The phone kept ringing. But fame doesn't roll in alone. It brings baggage. In 1997, the same year his career took off, Jason started dating model Kelly Brook. She was 18. He was 30. She was bright, warm, ready to reshape her whole life around his rising star. She quit her television career, moved to the United States, waited, and Jason, driven by the hunger of a man who'd waited too long for success, was rarely there. I just felt so neglected, Kelly later admitted. I actually fell out of love with him because he hadn't shown up for me the way I had shown up for him. In 2004, after 7 years, she ended it. Why are you leaving now? Jason reportedly asked. I'm a movie star. I'm a millionaire. Why now? Her answer was quiet, and it cut deeper than any critic ever could. You don't know the woman standing in front of you. You were never there. That breakup cracked something inside Jason Statham. So he did what he'd always done when life knocked him flat. He worked harder. The transporter arrived in 2002 and changed the mathematics of his life. That film paid him $750,000, more cash than his dad made in 10 years hustling on street corners, and it showed the world what Jason Statham could really do when you actually gave the man room to move. The action was sharp, raw, totally legit. And yeah, because Jason wouldn't let anybody else do it for him. No stunt double, no slick camera tricks, just his own body taking whatever the scene threw at it. The sequels came. Then Crank in 2006, a movie so brutal most actors would have said, "Nah, I'm good," and walked straight off that contract. Not Jason. He ran toward it. Then The Bank Job in 2008. Then Death Race. Every film stacking new damage onto a body that was starting to look less like a human being and more like a damn medical chart. Fractured ribs from a car chase in Transporter 2. Cracked again in Death Race. Concussions from mistimed punches. From falls. From that moment his head smashed into a metal frame during a Fast and Furious crash sequence. Torn ligaments in his wrists. Nerve damage that made his hands go numb out of nowhere. Vertebrae in his neck grinding so bad some mornings he couldn't even turn his head. Chronic pain is a ghost that follows me everywhere, he admitted in one rare, brutally honest moment. People see the action hero. They don't see the man who needs ice packs just to get through dinner. But Jason Statham didn't stop. In 2010, Sylvester Stallone himself, a straight-up monument to cinematic punishment, handpicked Jason for the Expendables. It was a coronation in a way. A room packed with the toughest dudes Hollywood had ever built, and Stallone chose Jason to stand right there with them. Jason played Lee Christmas, a former SAS operative with a knife and zero patience for failure. "That was a great moment in my career," Jason said later. "The price, as always? Steep." By the time The Expendables 3 started filming in 2013 in Varna, Bulgaria, on the edge of the Black Sea, Jason's body was already a full catalog of damage. What happened next almost made all of it pointless. The scene sounded simple. Jason had to drive a 3-ton flatbed truck at speed and slam the brakes. "I slammed on the brake. Brakes failed. I slammed on the brake where I was supposed to stop," Jason later told Jimmy Fallon. "Nothing happens. The truck does not stop. The truck goes over the dock into the Black Sea. With me driving." He dropped 60 feet into dark, freezing water. The truck filled instantly. The weight of his full tactical costume, military boots, gun belt, vest, props built to look dangerous and now doing that job perfectly, dragged him straight down. His gun holster got snagged on the frame. He was pinned. The water was black, cold, crushing. The truck was sinking fast, embedding itself into the seabed. For one long, terrible moment, Jason Statham thought, "This is it." Not on a film set with cameras rolling. Not with an audience watching. Alone in the dark, 60 feet below the surface of the Black Sea, trapped inside a sinking truck. Then his body remembered what his mind almost forgot. 12 years on the diving platform. Thousands of hours underwater. Free diving. Breath control. The muscle memory of a kid who gave everything to a dream that never paid off. And now that same dream cashing in at the only time that mattered. He freed himself from the holster. Found an opening in the frame. Swam up through pitch-black water toward a surface he couldn't even see. Lungs on fire. Costume still dragging him down like dead weight. "I barely made it," he admitted later. "I've done a lot of scuba diving and free diving, but this was touch and go. It was the closest I've ever come to drowning." Up on the dock, Terry Crews watched the truck disappear. "Everybody's screaming," Crews recalled. "I'm crying." And then he gets out. He swims to the top and the truck is just gone. "We were supposed to be on the back of that thing. I was supposed to be on that." He paused. Jason Statham is a true badass. What happened next shocked everybody. Jason climbed out of the Black Sea, changed his clothes, and got back into another truck to shoot the scene again. No breakdown. No ambulance. No dramatic speech about life flashing before his eyes. Just a guy who decided a long time ago that quitting wasn't in his vocabulary. Period. Sylvester Stallone said it straight. If Jason hadn't been a professional diver, he'd be dead. That skill, the one that once felt like failure, saved his life. The kid who trained for 12 years and never touched the Olympic podium had just used every lesson from that grind to pull himself out of the dark. Jason Statham climbed out of the Black Sea different. Not softer. Stronger. Because it proved something he'd felt since he was 14, standing on a cold London street corner with fake perfume in his hands and hunger in his gut. Nothing was wasted. Not the poverty. Not the failed Olympic trials. Not the 7 years with a woman he loved but couldn't fully show up for. Not the broken ribs. Not the concussions. Not the mornings he couldn't turn his own head. Every crack, every loss, every humiliation had been building something ruthless behind the scenes. In 2010, he met Rosie Huntington-Whiteley. She was a Victoria's Secret model. He was a battle-scarred action star with a body full of old injuries and a rep for doing things the hard way. What surprised everyone, even him, was how easy it felt. With Rosie, no performance. No mask. She loved the man who once sold fake cologne on street corners, not the franchise name on a movie poster. In 2016, he proposed. June 2017, their son Jack Oscar was born. February 2022, their daughter Isabella arrived. And Jason Statham, the kid who never had enough, who chased Olympic glory and came home empty, who built a career getting smashed around on camera, found himself doing something he'd never trained for. Being present, chasing his kids around a Beverly Hills house, teaching his son to swim, sitting at the dinner table with no agenda. His career didn't slow down either. Hobbs and Shaw in 2019 brought in $13 million for him. The Meg pulled $530 million worldwide. The Beekeeper in 2024 added another $15 million. His films have now grossed over $8 billion globally. That's elite-level bankable. But the legacy he talks about most? It's quieter. He pushes hard for stunt performers to get recognition at the Academy Awards, the men and women taking the same hits he does without their names above the title. He supports Together for Short Lives, helping children with life-limiting conditions. He trains 6 days a week, not for vanity, but because he refuses to abandon the discipline that saved him when everything else almost failed. Applause fades, he once said. Trophies gather dust. But the lessons you learn when you have nothing, when you're selling fake watches just to eat, when you're diving off a platform hoping someone notices, when you're underwater fighting for your last breath, those stay. From the streets of Shirebrook to the depths of the Black Sea to the top of Hollywood, Jason Statham's life isn't about talent. It's about transformation. The Olympic podium he never reached turned into a global stage where $8 billion proved his worth. The diving career that ended in disappointment became the skill that saved his life. The poverty that once embarrassed him became the fire nobody could put out. There's a version of you the world has seen, and a version it hasn't seen yet. Let this be your reminder. Keep diving, even when the water's dark, even when the surface feels miles away, even when every voice says the dream's dead, because sometimes the thing that felt like failure is the only thing keeping you from the bottom.